Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to a special video today, taking a look at the day before with its full release date announced today on IGN. I'm going to cover this, the strange marketing that's going on with this Division style Dayz full MMO survival experience that is going to be releasing next year once Twitter decides to stop pestering about with the actual dates. We're going to check it out. There is a release date. Don't forget to like, make sure you subscribe for the best in survival games news, and let's go. Okay, in another, yet again, strange way of marketing, they've decided to release this little video talking pretty much nonsense for about 4 minutes straight. It did have the creators of the game waffling a little bit as well about the game. But this is what we want to see, some actual proper gameplay or some more trailer action. Of course, this caused huge waves when we saw the revealed demo and trailer a little earlier in the year. And again, strange market decisions. They've got some happy, great soundtrack beat to it at the moment. Lots of their market materials have this going on, showing that it's not always going to be night and scary maybe in the world of the day before. Yeah, the world looks great. Don't get me wrong, this reminds me a little bit of Scum, if you know about that survival MMO in recent times. And of course, who doesn't want a bit of hot tub meta going on in whatever game you're playing nowadays? It is an MMO, it is a survival game. It is pretty much Dayz versus the Division. That's what you could pretty much summarize the day before by. It's made by a studio that hasn't got a huge history, but they now have backings of millions from a massive mobile games publisher and game maker. And so it could be potential for getting this game into some way, shape or form at something good, actually, rather than maybe being a bit of vaporware. So if you find that I'm being a bit cynical, it is because they have had a bunch of reveals, a bunch of teasers and stuff that have been delayed and again and again, and it was kind of getting a bit tiresome trying to cover this. Their marketing has consisted mostly of just giving IGN exclusive only access to anything, which can be normal, but not for such a prolonged amount of time. Normally they do start branching out and give other outlets and other people the chance to take a look at some stuff, but clearly for the last 6-9 months maybe, it's all been IGN exclusive first. So hopefully that will change in the future. It does look great. I can't sit here and say this doesn't look amazing. I always loved the idea of the Division. I was pretty stoked for it. But it wasn't really satisfying what I wanted, which is a survival MMO world. And this clearly is that. Very simple inventory systems. Very simple goings on. Just running around a New York style city, gathering loot, gathering resources, and potentially fighting off against other players, or maybe being friendly with other players, all the while avoiding some zombies. Yes, you can go and get yourself a fake bake iPhone in the brand new Cinecom Success shop, and yeah, maybe that's the way that you communicate with other players, or just simply take some dick selfies. I don't know if it's got that involved. I'm just saying, it's a possibility. Anything's a possibility in a game like this, I'm guessing. There we go. Get your fake Gucci bag. I'm sure some licensing issues may be on top of that as well. There is cabins. There is going to be a full world with NPC camps. Sounds like you are going to be able to upgrade your own little slice of the world. This looks great. This is brand new to me, if it's going to have the actual components. We've got a chance to look at the proper weapon system in place, how you're going to upgrade and customize your own weapons, adding different types of typical stuff like sights, suppressors, and of course grips and stuff. So that looks good. I ain't gonna lie, that looks pretty impressive. The animations look great, but again, how much of this is actual gameplay, we're not 100% sure. We've got some more footage of vehicular stuff going on. We've seen some trucks in the past, but these are I think a bit more advanced than what we've seen before in the pickup trucks, going across the mud tires, sort of dirt and mud. And yeah, it promises to be the big MMO survival experience that a lot of players have always been looking for, just haven't maybe found enough goodness in terms of either the Division or something like Dayz or Scum. And there we go, that is it. That's the day before. That was my first reactions to it as well. Coming to consoles as well as PC. And of course, it is going to be coming out on the 21st of the 6th, 2024? No. 23? No. 22. There we go. That is meant to be the final release date. Fully expect this game to be delayed again, guys. I honestly can't see them making it at all.
And you know the release date.
We're looking forward to delivering the day before for you.
And now we have something more.
Our second inner team at Fantastic has been working on something super fun over the year.
But there we go. They finished off something else. They've got another development team working on another game, and it looks to be like a bit of a knockoff Halloween prop hunt game. So if you're into that kind of thing, I'm sure you might want to check it out now. Apparently it's out now, you can go and give it a shot, but I'm not too interested in that bullshit. So yeah, like I said, it has been rather weird, their marketing scheme. I mean, I guess they're doing things on their own terms. They're trying to be a bit trendy. You've got some shorts action going on with the day before, but they kept calling stuff the mega event, and each mega event ended up getting delayed, and it turns out these mega events were only like 5 seconds of actual gameplay. They were originally going to be releasing something in August, and then when it came down to it, they said, nope, it's actually going to be happening in September, and then September came, and they was like, you know what, nope, it's going to be happening in October now. So yeah, we have got some footage. It does look incredible. Again, how much of this is orchestrated and how much of it is real, we just won't know until the game gets close to its release or release date. But yeah, they've been jumping on all sorts of stuff, marketing cases with the McDonald's, a few new screenshots over the last few months. And just in case you hadn't seen some of the footage before, you want to know more about it, yeah, they're promising this is going to be a huge MMO, one that you will run around, potentially being able to take on other players or other groups, but all the while there'll be a safe zone that you'll be able to go to, which is kind of set in some sort of mountains retreat where you can interact with NPCs, trade stuff, and you will need vehicles to get there back and forth between the more countryside rural zones and the big city where more zombies are kind of living. It looks good. Again, like I said, the graphics and the gameplay shown looks good, but we've seen this before, and I still remain a bit sort of skeptical. But you can clearly see it's a survival game. You've got to worry about the temperatures of the world in the bottom left. You've got stamina issues, and then you've also got water as well. So you've got to make sure you've got enough to drink and eat. You've got petrol gauges as well, so it looks like petrol and fuel is going to be a big commodity. And there's lots of zones that you come and expect from a post-apocalyptic, including this plane crash that we're pretty much motoring just through. So 8 months to go. Will it live up to that release date? I cannot guarantee that one single bit. I think they'll end up delaying it as well, just by their whole approach to the marketing and everything else that's been going on. Yeah, I can sincerely believe this will probably be delayed once more, but it does look good. Like I said, as much of this is scripted and orchestrated, we just don't know. The studio behind this game have got a checkered history. They made the Wild 8 survival game and then abandoned it, pretty much left because of some personal reasons. The publisher carried on going forward with that game and ended up getting other developers to come on board and finish it. And then these guys went on and made like some cute artsy little indie game and a failed sort of zombie horde defense game running through sort of buildings and shooting creatures. So yeah, they haven't got a huge history of running what seems to be a pretty AAA looking game, and that's my only skepticism, I guess, or big skepticism I've got. We've all seen things recently like Dead Matter, how snazzy trailers and showing lots of development doesn't necessarily mean you've actually got a viable product, not just yet anyway. But it looks okay, it looks good. This is the kind of game that I have always wanted. Dayz's too buggy and old, built on a crap system, and then they rejuvenated it with a new engine, and it's taken far too long to get the game back up and running to a decent state, in my opinion. It doesn't have the same feel and consistency in terms of shooter action that I expect. And then you've got the games like Division, as I said, that lacked a little bit for me in not being fully open world or explorable with your friends as much, unless you go into the dark zone. So I like the idea of a proper MMO, a proper one set in this way, where you will have to think about going to certain places, raiding. Is it going to be worth getting loot? Is it going to be worth going up against other players? And that is all really interesting now that we know we can upgrade our cabins. Now, we don't know if them cabins are going to be online, offline. Maybe it's going to be a place that we can just upgrade ourselves, a bit like Vigor. That's another PvP free-to-play game, that one, where your base doesn't actually ever get attacked by other players, but you can lose your loot when you go off exploring around the world. They haven't really fully said what the PvP, how it's going to be entailing on the day before. So lots of questions still to be answered, but that new trailer does show, again, more great visuals, a great fully explorable world, and certainly with the emphasis on showing how multiplayer it is, let's hope the netcode can stand up to hundreds, I guess, of players joining. Let me know what you think about the game, and as we go further, I probably will start doing more deeper dives into it, and hopefully they sort out their marketing and no more of this kind of stop tease stuff going on. It will just be full on actual proper reveals. They might start giving some access to anyone else but IGN. As always, with the first news, make sure you subscribe for the best in survival games, and I'll see you rat bags soon.